Alright, just gonna wait for confirmation, make sure everything's going okie dokie. Alright, looks good. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the TheBlueShifting and my new Saturday night live stream. Second one. Last time was Dishonored, it crashed. This time I'm doing Stellaris, because hey, I feel like doing Stellaris. If you guys haven't figured this out yet, and you're watching this probably archived, I don't know if I'm going to have a real rhyme or reason for my live streams. They're primarily just going to be games I want to play that just don't happen to be visual novels. But maybe we'll be able to make a series out of them at some point. I still want to try that sometime, but right now it's kind of just play it by ear. And so I want to give a quick shout out and welcome to my friends, Sven and Justin. You guys want to say hi?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Don't worry, you're literally talking to nobody but the future, so it's fine. So real quick, if you're not familiar with Stellaris, it's a 4E strategy, time game. You build a space empire. The really cool thing about Stellaris is the ability to create your own race and go and kind of control it on like the smallest of details. So you can just do whatever you want with it, and at this time I've decided to make my version of the beta. If you've been watching Muv-Luv or finished Muv-Luv, you know what they are. As you'll see, I'm not going to be nearly that terrifying quite yet, but I am playing what's called a devouring horde, which means that I can't make allies. I have a consciousness that of my people, so like there's no individuals, we're all just kind of one mind. And any planet we conquer, we eat the people who live there and process them into more of ourselves. So that's going to be me. I have no real idea what Sven and Justin are going to be doing. If you want to talk about it when we get started, you can of course do that, but yeah, we'll see what happens. If you're interested in Stellaris, I'll go over some of the basics. We're going to be doing a large galaxy with 4 spiral arms, which I think makes the map look really interesting. Standard settings for everything else. I'm going to put it on Ensign just because it's still challenging on the Ensign rating, and I want to see if eventually we can ever get to a game where we can actually try and beat it, because it's really hard to actually get yourself to the end and beat the end, because the end challenge is really difficult. Increasing wormholes just so we don't get trapped, or less likely to. But it'll spawn the random galaxy, and I say we just get started. So we'll dive into the game. We'll all have our own perspective, so you'll obviously be following me. The nice thing about a game like this is I can do some really easy chat. Last time I was multitasking a lot and it got a little clustered. So feel free to send us any comments. If you want to ask my friends anything, I'll pass on the word, all that good stuff. I think we're ready to start. You guys all loaded up and everything?
Yeah.
Yep, good to go.
Alright, so we won't hit the time bar quite yet, so we can get some stuff set up. If you have any questions about the game itself, just let me know, but we'll probably be running through this beginning stuff pretty quickly. Like right now, we're just going to be setting up what our research is going to be, what our ships are going to start doing, start constructing, and then start to expand our empires across the galaxy. So what kind of races are you guys playing, or do you want to keep them a secret?
I'm playing bees.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, actually you're mechanical though?
Yes, we're mechanical bees.
Mechanical bees. Awesome. By the way, you can't say hi because you actually technically have 5 viewers right now, so unless you guys have multiple computers open up to watching ourselves, we actually have people who are here. So hello! Hello, people!
Yeah, wow. I should probably open that video.
Why? I guess that's probably the only way you can follow any chat, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Precisely.
Ah, I see, I see, I see. Ooh, okay, okay. So once we get the ball rolling, we should talk about like where we ended up in our galaxy. Okay, I think I am all set. You guys need any more time for setup, or should we proceed with the timer?
Oh, I'm good.
Sven?
There we go. Yeah, should be good now.
Okay. Well, at least do double time. We might be able to do triple time if you guys are feeling brave, though that gets a little out of hand when you can't really pause, so... But this beginning's really slow, so there's not much going on. Hey, Just Ryu again. It's good to see you. He was here last week. He just said hello. Well, he said greetings, you know, the classiest way to say hello. Jenny Nunez, interesting. You have no idea how close you are to the truth about the beta. No, actually, I'm pretty sure I do. Like, we've talked about how we already know that they have the psychic link between them, so it makes a lot of sense there. I also know that like they literally like the whole purpose is they land and they just devour everything, and then ostensibly they move on. I mean, they had to get here somehow. So yeah, like I purposely did try to build them to the best I can. Like so they just get lots of bonuses for being effectively played by. So that's how I never can say your name right. Clentha. Clentha. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, like I tried to get the scariest guy you can see in the corner here. I tried to get the most beta-ish looking person they had available. He shouldn't be wearing any armor, I know, but like this is the best I could do. They really didn't have a lot of truly terrifying pictures to select for your race, sadly. But yeah, no. Other than that, like and we knew they're psychically linked because of Kasumi. She did her like telepathic communication with them. Like that was like the whole mission of wasn't that Alternative 3? I think that was Alternative 3. Was to learn and try and communicate with the beta to see why they were doing what they were doing. But anyway, so this is our galaxy. So I am, gentlemen, on the far edge of the galaxy, border the edge of the galaxy, my favorite place to be, and I am directly northwest.
I am northeast.
Okay.
And I am southeast.
Southeast. Okay. I asked for distributed, and unlike last time, it actually distributed us. But it's probably
usually it just crams us all in one corner.
Yeah, corners Justin, so you can't actually move or do anything.
Happens all the time.
Unfortunately. Yep, it's terrible. Okay, so yeah, this game, the nice thing is this game's very chill, very slow. If you guys have any questions about it, please absolutely send us messages. Otherwise, we'll probably just start rambling and chatting, because like there's really not going to be a whole lot of excitement for the first like 30 minutes, probably. It's mostly just about trying to establish yourselves. Like, for instance, I found my first colonizable world down here. So eventually I could send a fleet down and make this another world I can colonize, which is actually a decent find for like the first few minutes of the game. If you've ever liked real-time strategy games, this is probably my favorite one. It's got a balance of being hard enough to keep things interesting, especially with the customization, but not so hard it makes you want to like kill yourself. Unlike EU4. EU4 makes me question my sanity, honestly.
Hey, I was playing earlier, and I've got to admit, I felt that way, and I am the biggest proponent of that game.
You're a proponent of that game, and you're also the most successful at that game. Like, you have actually, like, all I was able to do was, like, that was of any note was on the gameplay when I unified Japan, and then immediately got crushed to death by Korea.
But hey, unifying Japan is a feat.
It is. It was very hard. It took like a long time, and that's probably why Korea was able to stomp me into the ground as soon as I declared my sovereignty. They're just like, haha, we have armies that are 10 times bigger than yours. Goodbye. How long does each game take on average in Stellaris? Well, it really depends. If you take a standard game length, I'd say probably a good 4 or 5 hours. Like if you're able to play it through to the end, most of my games end with me being destroyed at some point or another. Like, it's a tough game.
Most people log in about 400 hours before they see a victory.
Really? A victory? Okay, I guess that's true. That's actually a good point, because I had to really keep. I had to like attack it like throwing bricks at a wall until I finally knocked the wall down to finally actually get a win. Oh yeah, so like, by the way, we're not gonna finish this game tonight.
Oh, not even close.
I would love to see if we could actually continue this game on. The nice thing about this game is because I do like playing with other people, and like someday it would be really fun if we could coordinate a community game of this. Like anybody who does like playing Stellaris, it would be fun to try and do a big community event game. So I'm hoping that this, like, I have enough fun, my friends have enough fun, and you guys have enough fun that if any of you happen to own this game, we could eventually all play in it at the same time. But that's something that would take a lot of coordination and probably involve me setting up a Discord. So, all in good time. Yeah, this beginning part's pretty much like, ooh, clicky, clicky. It'll get really interesting when I start meeting with other people. Wild Romance, again, yes, I've looked into it. I'm definitely considering Wild Romance. And no, this game particularly, there's no such thing as Wild Romance. But the visual novel Wild Romance, I've definitely taken a look at. It's on the list for sure.
I mean, there's the Blarg.
The Blarg. I'll blarg you with all my heart.
Exactly.
But yeah, well, like this is from Alyssa Lee. Last time I did a live stream, they were here and they were consistently plugging up this game, Wild Romance. So yes. yes, haha. That's a nice thing. It's kind of funny because it's interesting seeing so many familiar faces from last week. You guys must not have much to do on Saturday nights. Not that I'm complaining, but I don't have much to do on Saturday night either. And the other thing about playing it online, though, is like, especially with a group of people, we're going to not be really pausing. If someone has to go for some reason, all we'll do is put the timer on slow and like just hope nothing terrible happens to them while they're gone.
Every time that happens, something terrible happens to me, but it'll be okay.
Okay, so Philip says that the only Paradox game he's only played. Okay, Sunday. So just for you, yeah, that makes sense. Sunday morning there. So you must have a very boring Sunday to do. But the only Paradox game he's played is Hearts of Iron 2, but couldn't get to EU4. Hearts of Iron looks like it. That game puts this one to shame when it comes to how insane it is. From what I've heard, I haven't even played it yet, but I like watched a little bit of someone playing it, and I was like, my brain just exploded.
This game is like Paradox Light.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, for Paradox, it's pretty basic.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of complex compared to some other real-time strategy games or 4Xs, but for Paradox, it's definitely pretty easy learning curve.
And honestly, I bet you that's why, because I'm pretty sure this is also their most successful title, which is why they're migrating it to PlayStation and Xbox. Because I'm guessing that's because it's the most approachable. Their other games are kind of niche for the people who genuinely just like absolutely love strategy games and want it to be freaking ridiculous.
I'm amused that you're good at Hearts of Iron 2. I sucked at that game, but I love EU4.
Oh gosh, okay. So I've got a tradition perk. This perk system works very similar to Civ, but I like it better because it's based a lot more on, I don't know, like everyone kind of gets the same perks. They can be a little specialized based on your playstyle. Like for instance, I think actually mine, oddly, they look very normal, even though like I think they're supposed to have like a little bit different names. I guess adaptability is kind of its own thing. Let's see, what do I want? I either want prosperity or synchronicity, I believe. Because the nice thing about synchronicity when you're devouring swarm is that you've got some things that reduce unrest. Like one of the first perks you can get reduces unrest, which is a big problem because when you're eating people on a planet, they tend to not be very happy with you. And so unrest means it's more likely to spawn like a rebellion. But I think I'm going to go with prosperity because I always run into issues early game with resources. Speaking of resources, I should probably... So you get these nice things where you can just customize your planets and have your people start to grow and to spread across the galaxy, infesting all life. And that's why Devouring Swarm is pretty fun. Because Devouring Swarm, you throw out such meaningless things like diplomacy and ethics, as far as most people would consider. You just literally go down and eat everybody. Yes, big boom. Actually, if we got far enough in this game, say we were able to continue it from week to week and eventually finish this game at some point, towards the end we would actually get the ability to make effectively Death Stars, planet killers. There's 3 types though, because you can take like the ultimate destruction route, which is the one that literally blows the planet, it cracks the planet into pieces, like so it no longer is habitable and it kind of destroys all its resources. It's really cool. It's actually my favorite. The second one is like the radiation cannon that just irradiates the entire planet and makes it a wasteland. But you can actually still go back and like, can you settle back on those? Like I think it's like it just cleanses the planet so you can resettle it.
Turns it into a tomb world. So
okay, so if you can settle tomb worlds, you can do that. But effectively, it's like it just nukes the whole planet. And then the third one is the pacifist super weapon, which sounds like which is an oxymoron. It really is, because what it does is it puts a permanent self-sustaining shield around a planet. So, for all intents and purposes, it's out of the game. but the people never got killed on it per se. They just are cut off from ever going into orbit. I don't know. It almost seems, to me, that seems worse than just killing them, in my opinion. But, oh yeah, then so, like, as you'll see, I'm gonna upgrade my planet and give it more resources and, like, have them, like, doing research and everything. These are all representing facets of the hive mind, which is all me. I am the mind behind everything. Spaceport. I want to have another science ship and another construction ship, please.
Talk about split personality syndrome. You are the hive mind?
I be the hive mind. Oh, I'll take that +2 Unity research, yes. Unity is what you use to buy traditions. And those traditions pretty much give you perks and advantages as you go forward, like permanent perks. So getting Unity up high is pretty important. That's one of the benefits of playing like a solo race, where like you literally, your whole goal is to just eat and destroy everything you come across, is you get bonuses to those stats, because you kind of have to compensate for the fact that you can't actually form alliances with anybody. Oh wait, this science ship, okay, I need to give you a leader. Let's give you, yeah, you'll do. Anonymous Drone 18. Alright, Anonymous Drone 18. Let's have you start exploring this direction. Oh, that's creepy. The multitude, many voices of the advisor voice for the hive.
Mm-hmm. That's the one I'm currently using as well.
It's like when it's right in your ear, it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, though, they like seriously, like if I could actually play the real beta, I think I'd just win. The freaking beta are ridiculous. Although, granted, you're tempted to be finding people who also have like really advanced technology, so maybe the beta wouldn't do so well in a fight with people who had like spaceships and laser beams and like a galaxy, like a galactic empire or government, you could say, that covers multiple star systems. Maybe the beta wouldn't be such a threat then. But they're really good for the psychological side of everything, just making you wish you were dead. So I got a scientist who's locked in a level 6 research.
Ugh.
It's not terrible.
Why did you start that?
It kind of automatically did it. So Love Kami, are you still saying like, okay, so Love Kami, is that another, gosh darn it, hang on. See, I can do Google searches now because I'm not so focused on the game. Okay, Love Kami, seen this one. Depends. I'd need to do a bit more research on it. As long as it's actually got some like decent like plot and not quote plot. Like I told you, like my standard I usually point out are the games like the Sakura games where like there's really nothing to the story other than like a fun it's just pure eroge without any actual like characterization. Have no problem with having a love story, have no problem with fan service as long as it's contextual. Like there's a big difference between contextual and just fapping material, and I prefer to have the stuff that means something. Gain a science ship. Yeah, I'm gonna gain the science ship. Why not? Free science ship sounds good, and also it looks freaking awesome.
What?
Biology, research statecraft. Okay, well, we'll do the biology one and hopefully migrate you to actual research. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. Oh, wait. Technology conceived. Freak. Man, that voice is awesome, but it's also terrifying. Okay, hang on. Just stop. Oh, that multi voices in my head is. Oh, I don't know. I don't like. There is something very disconcerting about it, and it bothers me. Goddess. You're losing me, Alyssa Lee. You always lose me. I can't keep up with. I have no clue what you're talking about. Can I? Nope, can't. I gotta move you there, but there's not much I can do right now. But yeah, no, this is definitely a lot more chill. Dishonored was really like chaotic, and I like constantly like looking to the chat, looking to the game, making mistakes in the game, and freaking out. This one, it's like I can just sit back, relax, and I think this is a prelude of more future, like more successive live streams. I don't know. Part of me wants to like play through a series doing live stream very similar to making normal videos, but then at the same time, I really want my live streams to be fluid and dynamic because it's my opportunity to just chill with you guys. And that's what, because like my videos, I get to really dive into characterization. And besides a few games like the Mass Effect series, there just aren't a whole lot of games that I think would provide the same experience that we really love. Love, Kami, Goddess. Okay, there you go. Thank you for clarifying. Because saying one word at a time, the context is kind of lost. Love, Kami, Goddess. The power of Google while I am playing a game. Might not last very long. If I get into a war, I'm gone. Okay, this one, actually, ooh, Love, Kami. I think this one... It's funny that you mention it. I'm not sure if it's one I'll pick up because I looked into it, but I looked into it because I think the publisher actually gave me a free copy. It sounds crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm a pretty small channel, but like, I think some developers of visual novels feel starved of people to showcase their games, and so I tend to actually get contacted by people who make games and. I think they contacted me offering me a free key, game card, that game key to play it. But I never accept them unless I know I'm going to play it. As a matter of fact, I usually don't accept the keys until I'm like ready to play it, because it's so much in the air. I don't know. I don't want my my library being dictated simply by who's willing to give me free stuff. Like I want my channel to be selective. I want my channel to be stuff that I find interesting and compelling. Because it's my hobby. Even if this ever became a job, it's effectively my hobby. Hey Pat, how you doing? My friend Patrick has just joined in the chat. You can join us in live streams in the future if you want to, man. Like obviously it has to be sharing the same game and all that, but just let me know. Because yeah, like Justin and Sven here, how are you guys doing? I've been chatting this whole time. Like, how are things going in your corners of the galaxy?
So far, so good. Nothing's blown up yet.
Have you guys had contact with other races yet, or are you still waiting?
Not a one.
Still alone.
I'm still alone. I don't know. That's not a real song. I'm not sure what I was going with that.
Nah, no one does.
You just got infected by Justin. You know?
Oh my gosh. They did such a good job with that multitude voice because you can hear like individual voices that are different. Okay, so precursor race. Every time you play this game, you end up coming up with a... Oh yeah, absolutely, Pat. Like, you need to just like message me and let me know. I should have messaged you next time. I guess because I just kind of sent a general message to my Stellaris group and saw if anyone wanted to join me tonight. But absolutely, I'll remember to message you next time I'm picking up a game that I'm going to live stream this multiplayer. Ooh, one of the things I'm definitely going to do in the future is I want to do one of the party games, like the one where everybody can just play together. All you need is like
Jackbox?
Yeah, I've got all the Jackbox games. I absolutely want to do one of those in the near future. Those are so fun, and like you don't even need to like have the game to play it. And like it's absolutely want to share that with you guys, and like that would be something really fun. Actually, maybe the first one I'll do for my on my birthday, because my birthday's coming up and it's actually a Saturday, so there's a good chance I will do a live stream that night, assuming I don't have any other plans. So we'll have to see. I'd love to have all of you guys join, of course, and heck, maybe I'll be able to do some like because some of the games you can actually write questions for, like Quiplash. So maybe I'll write some Steins Gate, Muv-Luv, and like channel themed questions, which would be really fun. Oh, now I'm excited about that idea. I think I'm gonna have to do that.
Do it.
Do it. Terraforming gas, actually useful. When a robot's it's usually not useful, but kill the whole world, biggest kaboom. I'll be able to in the future. I don't want to blow up my worlds, but I'll blow up everyone else's worlds. Oh, okay. I think I found my first like colonizing world. That's a 17-tile desert, which is perfect. Yeah, that's the other thing. So remember, I'm playing as the beta. Based on the descriptions of what the beta did to the Asian continent in the game, I've decided that that what their home world would look like after they were done with it would be just a barren desert. And so I've had them. That's the world that they're most comfortable with. Because I like the idea that in the future, part of the devouring of the planets is that they terraform it into a desert. But I won't be able to do that for a little while, so once again, not 100% accurate to the true beta. Where are my science ships? I want you to go over here. Why are you going that way? Sometimes their pathing is stupid.
Yeah. The pathing is because they go to the closest one to your home planet, not necessarily to the closest one to your borders or to them.
Right. I'm excited because, like, because I'm a devouring swarm, no one's gonna like me. So as soon as I run into somebody else, I'm absolutely gonna be declaring war on them, like, almost immediately. Why is keep? Oh, he found a level 8 anomaly. That's why he's taking so long. There. Clacky, clack, 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 clack. I want to make you guys sick zooming in and out. This is kind of a nervous habit I have when I play this game. Oh, no, that's plants and sectors. I want policies. Aggressive, indiscriminate. We don't need to grow our population for a little bit. I'll let it grow. Let our stockpiling grow. Darn it, that's an awesome planet. It's a tundra world. Someday. Patrick, are you saying that you feel sick or that you're sick at the thought of doing a live stream in the future? Patrick, by the way, so the person I'm talking to in chat, Patrick, Pat Kilo, he actually has his own channel. He does, he's pretty busy, so he hasn't been able to do much with it recently, but he's been doing some fun games. He does, like, the most recent one that I watched was the one where you do, like, the knockoff Power Rangers who who they think they're acting, but they're actually, like, being influenced by the real thing. For some reason, they're actually fighting real villains, but they still think they're in a TV show. Or is it the other way around, that they are in a TV show, but they think it's real? Anyway.
There was a Super Sentai series that was like that. It was a couple episodes long, but it was pretty funny. This huge loser otaku guy basically gets roped into this actual Super Sentai thing, and he basically, the only reason he wins is because he knows all the tropes. If
it was actually like real, like knowing the tropes would be like cheat mode. Okay. So the nice thing about this game too is you get to design your ships, which is something I really love. That you get to have kind of like direct control over, like, you get to pick a general theme for your ships, but you get to decide like what their armaments are, and you can have some really interesting. Oh, Chroma Squad. Chroma Squad is the game that he's talking about. It's a little 8-bit game where you play that. It looked really fun. But anyway, like the nice thing about this is like you get to pick these layouts. It's like I don't have a whole lot, so I'm pretty much just putting whatever like the best stuff I have that I can work on. Oh wait, I need to turn off auto design. That's what's going on.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh yes.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Okay. But yeah, so. Oh shoot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so you get to customize exactly how your ships are laid out. So you initially, so it's like I'll just throw whatever's most powerful on it, but then eventually you can develop strategies. One of my favorite strategies is that if you find I believe if it's a pulsar, because there's a neutron star and there's a pulsar. I think if you find a pulsar, the system with the pulsar negates all shielding. So like, if you're fighting ships that have heavy shielding, it's a great place to try and ambush them. But the best thing is that if you're designing one of those spots to be an ambush point, like say, especially if it's a choke point, for instance, you can design a starport to defend it, and you can design a miniature fleet that you keep stationed in that system, where you build them specifically to not have shields, but to have like really high armor and to have armor-killing weapons. So that when a normal fleet is usually you kind of blend shields and armor together just to kind of try and keep things healthy all around. But if one of those fleets jumps in, suddenly they've instantly lost half of their defenses, and you haven't lost any. And so it can make a very strong place to make like a last stand. Still creepy. Okay, there, and you're done, but we're still like... All my science ships are freaking stuck in freaking research. So this is one of the boring parts. I'm trying to spread. The nice thing is I've got a nice kind of cushy part of space. I'm probably going to end up encountering at least 1 or 2 races to my south. But to my north, I feel like I've got a pretty good choke point up here. So even if I do run into some other people, it's going to be hard for them to invade me. Because these are hyperspace lanes, and we all have to share them. So it makes it so you can kind of predict where you're coming from. That's one of the downsides to the game. Like, it used to be where you could choose how you would travel between the stars. You could have a warp drive, which literally kind of let you pick, I want to go from this star to this star. It just took forever, but you would get there, like, just as the crow flies, or as the ship flies, in this case. You could also do hyperlanes, which were a lot faster, but you were limited to the lane map. So there were going to be certain star systems you couldn't get to physically, and if someone blocked you for whatever reason, you're just out of luck. Then you also had the option of warp drives, where you would build like wormhole gates, and you could instantaneously jump between them, but people could attack and destroy them. So if they invaded your system and they destroyed your warp gate, you could no longer get reinforcements in or out of that system, which is catastrophic. So, like, it was cool because it allowed for such interesting, diverse gameplay where, like, you could be prepared for an invasion from one source, but you wouldn't be prepared from another. Or, like, the warp drive, which, like, you kind of pretty much go wherever you wanted to, however you wanted to, but it was so slow that, like, if you were under attack, there's no way you were going to get reinforcements there before the battle was over.
So, my first neighbor is, of course, a stagnant ascendancy.
Stagnant ascendancy? So that's a Fallen Empire?
Yep.
Well, at least they're nice and quiet, most likely. Fallen Empires are empires that like became really, really powerful, but for whatever reason stopped growing or just like went quiet and secluded themselves. They have the highest technology, and like some of their technology is actually locked. Like you can't actually find or research the top tier research. You can't research the top tier technologies unless you actually gather samples from like fallen empires. So eventually you want to get strong enough where you can take them on, and you can force them by destroying their ships, and then you collect their ships and you get the foundation of the research, and then you can develop the strongest weapons, shielding, armor, and engines in the game. Of course, you don't have to do that, but that's usually what I do. It's my favorite strategy. Alright, so come on, science ships. Do your thing. Oh, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm still pretty bored over here. There's no one to talk to. One interesting thing, I'm starting in the Grasping Claw Nebula, and the nice thing about nebulas is they prevent people from, like, seeing. So if I end up having a border right here with an enemy, they won't be able to see what's going on here. So I could actually hide a fleet here, and like they wouldn't be able to tell. A little more useful fighting like a human versus a PC, but it's still a useful thing to be aware of. And there's also cool things like there's like eventually we'll find like black holes and stuff, and that's always fun. Oh, 11 minerals? Heck yes! Let me eat that right now. Yeah, you do your research project. You should also do your research project. You are still studying that anomaly because you know you got nothing better to do. Alright, bonus unity. Now the next technology, biolab. Because I need to get me some science. Everything in this game, in my opinion, hinges on technology. Like, I think honestly, most like strategy games, I think technology and like unlocking your higher tier stuff the fastest is like the most important thing. I'm sure that you could Zergling Swarm. I don't know, this game I don't think you can. I mean, maybe in the first few wars you could do just like, I'll just outnumber them and I'll win. But once they start doing things like having fortifications on their planets and FTL inhibitors, which makes it so you can't like enter or leave a system only in a certain way, it kind of makes it so that those types of tactics are very ineffective and you have to learn to adapt. Yes, I'm insane. I'm going to make a colony ship right now. So, da-da-da. Okay, so, love, comedy, useless guys. Like, you guys are, like, that's the second time. Are you the same guy? This is an alt account, are you just saying the same thing? But no, I've definitely looked at it for sure. Ooh. Ooh, upkeep. Yeah, let's do ship upkeep. Cut that down. Not a big deal yet, but it'll become a big deal in the future. Speaking of becoming a big deal, I should probably make my fleet a little bigger. Alright, we have our first artifact. If I get a 6 of those, I will be able to discover the homeworld of a precursor race that it gives you like lots of resources to work with, or sometimes they can give you abandoned ring worlds, which are like paradise worlds if you can fix them, which you can't fix for a while, but it's cool that it even gives that to you as an option. Let's have the Swarmer class. There, that should be enough for now. Just a few additions.
So,
What's up?
I'm trying to remember the nature of this particular... Stagnant descendancies don't mind if you're colonized on their border, right?
I don't think so.
Depends on what are their ethics.
Yeah. Like,
oh, right. Well, the stagnant descendancy, let's see. Their ethics are...
Because there's a couple that qualify as stagnant descendancies.
Oh, they're the fanatic materialists.
yeah, you're
Okay,
fine.
they shouldn't mind too much. They're pretty chill, unless you're like spiritualist.
Got it. Okay.
Are you spiritual? Like, what kind of race are you playing?
This is actually one of my favorites. It's a science directorate, so they're also materialists.
Alright, then you'll get on fine with them, no worries.
Yeah.
They'll be your friend, and you'll be their little buddy.
Yep. Oh man, this is a very good system right here.
And when they awaken, they'll be like, dude, we won't even invade you. We'll just let you
Become our vassal.
Our vassal, just like for free. We won't even kill anyone.
Unless you say
no. If they awaken and I'm not ready, definitely doing that.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely a smart call. When they come around, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna, you better join our team, right?" And they crack their knuckles at you with their freaking like dreadnoughts of doom, and you've got a 30K fleet. Like, yeah, you absolutely you stick your nose right up their rear end. Ooh, this is a good planet. Absolutely. So I'm going to send a colony ship up there, colonize the planet. The reason why I like this planet is it's got a good healthy amount of tiles. Each of those can become a production. I'll have to clear some, so it's not perfect. But right here we have energy with Betharian stone, which makes it so I can make a Betharian energy generator, which is freaking ridiculously awesome. So like it'll generate, right now that spot generates 2 energy by itself. Like if I just stuck a person on there with no equipment, he'd still harvest 2 energy a month. If I put a Betharian crystal one on there, it'll be so much more. Unfortunately, it does have poor quality minerals, but that's okay. I can make it an energy focused planet. Has good society tiles too. The happiness and hospitality are down, but that's okay. We're fine with that. Happiness isn't really an issue when you have a collective. This is very relaxing, especially compared to. I definitely want to continue my my look into, especially because if you guys haven't seen Dishonored, that game is freaking amazing. But tonight I wanted to do something a bit more chill. Just one of those weekends where I just needed a break because it was a bit more of a hectic one. What are you? You're doing that. What are you doing? Oh wait, hang on. Oh shoot, hang on. Finish surveying that system first. You made it sound like you were done with that. Liar. You too. Technology conceived. All right, we are starting our first colony. Yeah, why was your movement cancelled? I don't know. Stuff's happening, not sure why. Which is always great. More research. Energy credits are down because I'm starting a colony. That's always very scary. But I've got a great system here that once it's done, creates so much energy, it's gonna make it worth it. Gotcha. Excellent, excellent. Every time I like leave, if I like go to a different page, it like drifts over to the side, but like there's nothing happening right now.
I've noticed that.
It's very fresh. It's like annoying. I wish I could like lock it somehow where it wouldn't do that for a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Kami Useless Goddess. Not too sure about it. But, you know, I mean, maybe in the future. I guess here's the other problem. Like, I do love recommendations, but the thing is, like, I've got a huge list of games I want to play. And so we have to see how things play out. Like, I literally have, like, the next, like, 4, like, series that I want to go through, like, already kind of slated. Like, I'm probably gonna finish Steins Gate on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna make it finish, unless it's literally like gonna be 3 hours. I'm probably just gonna make my Wednesday's episode the last episode. But I've already got slated for that. After that, we're gonna play Crystalline, which is the second game by Pixel Fade. I loved Ace Academy, the first game they made, but it's gonna be a lot more lighthearted. It's gonna be the kind of the dating sim. It's gonna be more of the. It's gonna have more of those like datey, flirty elements to it. Like, it'll have action and stuff, but it's very much going to be... I get the feeling it's going to be more of the romance focused. And that'll be fun. It'll be... Considering how heavy the games have been lately on the drama and the sadness and the intensity, I need something a little uplifting. I mean, come on. I'll be playing this game through Christmas. I don't want to be just crying my eyes out during Christmas if I can avoid it. And then after that, when I finish that one, the next game we will be playing, unless I specifically get told not to do it, will be Steins Gate 0. So we'll jump right back into the intensity again. But it'll be coming, and then maybe someday I'll actually finish Muv-Luv. I don't know, guys. You guys, from what everyone's saying, I'm about halfway through Alternative, and we're on, what episode are we on now? We're in the 40s, I think now. Like, I'm gonna be doing that game through probably into next year, which is just, it's awesome, but it's utter madness. Such a long series. But I love taking recommendations, so I'd love to hear more, and I can look them up while I'm on stream and kind of give you my thoughts on them. Ah, the pirates have showed up. Excellent. Research speed plus 5%. Now, where did they show up?
Did I not?
I think they don't really allow Let's Play 20 to get 0. They forced Echo 6 to only do reactions. Oh, really? Wait, so how did he do reactions? Like, he's saying like he did like reviews? Okay. See, that's the thing. I've been trying to contact them for a while, and that's the thing is that they posted that there's a site I go to where I can ask to like be given or like to say I'm interested in reviewing and playing games, and they have it posted on that site. So they are giving permission to some people, but perhaps it's just review. But that's the thing. So like they haven't responded to any of my emails because I always email before I play, at the very least to like try and contact people. But yeah, so like if like I'm a little worried about that because I've heard some other people have had trouble working with them. So let's see. If that's the case, then you know, I'll do what I can. I'm definitely gonna end up playing it on my own time, but it'd be sad if we couldn't play it. But it also kind of makes sense. I mean, their anime just finished. Like the game just came out. That's why I'm hoping that by doing a different game between now and then, that we'll have a bit of a buffer, and maybe they'll change their mind on their stance by then. But who knows? I mean, Persona, like Persona, they've let go. Like initially, you can only play Persona up to a certain date, and they said they were going to be really aggressive about hunting people down. But as time's gone on, they've backed off on that a lot, and have allowed people to show Persona on their channels. I don't know if they've ever done, like, if they stopped full Let's Plays or not. I know Lost Pause has been doing one, so I just don't know how far he got into it, because freak, that game's long. By the way, I absolutely am in love with Persona 5. I recently finally got around to playing it in my free time, and oh my gosh, that game is like, it's amazing. I don't know though, like it would be hard to make videos about it for one thing. Close to second. Oh yeah, an alternative. Get close to the second half. The most glorious second half ever. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm also really scared because like it's been freaking ridiculous lately. I feel like I haven't had a single break. No, hey, careful. You say don't do Leon's route. We have to see, man, and no spoilers. No spoilers. But like when it comes to picking the route of the girl, it ultimately is going to come down to my gut feeling. Like that's how I love playing those games like that for that very reason. I always go into it blind. I never really I try to feel out like it's so dumb, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like every time I try to explain this to if I try to explain this to most people, like I just get kind of like the raised eyebrow. Persona 3 for 5 wrestling games. I've never played 3 or 4. I got 5. I love 5 so much I might go back and play 3 and 4. But like when I play visual novels, if you guys have noticed, I get really into the games I play, like emotionally invested. And so when I play a dating sim game, I legitimately try asking myself, like, okay, if I were meeting people who genuinely were like this, who would I want to genuinely spend my time with? Like, who do I find the most cute, the most interesting, they'll have like the most developed personality? That's one of the other reasons too why I just can't take soccer games seriously, because they're not about building relationships. They're about cute girls doing cute things, and it's fine. But like, there's a point where it's just like it gets tedious and just like gross, and not in a good way.
That was one thing that the developers of Dream Daddy said that really kind of struck a chord with me that I thought was really kind of neat. There's a couple paths where if you follow it and you do everything right, you don't end up with that person. You know, things resolve or they just don't work out. You know, it's very organic. And when they commented on that, because a lot of people are upset, it's like, hey, I wanted to romance this person. I spent so much time romancing this person. It didn't pay off. They're like, well, you know, that's we
real
wanted
life.
the game to feel like a dating game. You know, you don't just do things to make that person like you and fall in love with you. That's not what a person who you're dating does. That's what a sociopath does.
It's true.
You know?
Well, isn't that the whole idea though? Like if the dating sim main characters were real people, that they would be sociopaths.
Oh, they'd be awful, horrible people.
Alright, I'll follow behind some comments real quick. So
yeah, no,
Muv-Luv,
definitely.
MLA Muv-Luv Alternative probably has another 30 episodes worth in it. I agree with you. Like I said, we'll be doing Muv-Luv until the end of time, especially if they start translating some of the other spin-off games, which I would absolutely play. Heck, I might even start branching into the territory of questionable translations. I don't know though. Like, I get worried about doing those ones, man. Like, I feel like my YouTube channel could get in trouble, and like, so I get nervous. But I might like play them on my own and then tell you about them. So by the time you complete alternative, my photo. Oh yeah, so I didn't mean as I'm talking your game right here about photo flowers, the Muv-Luv photon melodies on Steam. If they ever complete the translation, I hope so. Like that, I know there were some issues with the last translation. I hope they can keep it up, but yeah, no, absolutely. If the timing came down perfect, like we could keep Muv-Luv Monday, it could become like a permanent thing on my channel. That'd be hilarious. It's like I never escape it. It's just always, well, not that I want to escape it, but like if like it becomes like the staple of my channel. It's like I'm just in the Muv-Luv universe for the rest of time and all eternity because they made so many freaking games. But it's because the games are so good. I love how I'm like chatting about all this kind of stuff, and then meanwhile, like my race is literally like it's on the like if we ever meet anybody else, I'm gonna just start slaughtering people like crazy. Like happy-go-lucky, like oh yeah, we're talking about dating and like relationships and reality, and then suddenly it's like I'm just like devouring everybody across the galaxy. You're good. What are you doing? Oh yes, you build a station. I want those 14 minerals, please. Get them right down my mouth. But yes, I agree, you guys. If they could, actually, I don't know if links work really well in live chat. I think that like YouTube normally kind of like tries to block them, and I don't even know if like clicking on them will work very well. But if you have a link to like, if they're doing like Kickstarters or anything for this photon flowers you're talking about, because I've heard the name. I didn't realize that it was apparently under translation right now. So if you got a link to like their progress and stuff, I'd love to be able to kind of follow it and keep better track of what's going on there. Did I ever tell you guys like how I decided to do Muv-Luv? Like, I literally just found it one day, and I saw a few people said like it's good, and I was like, good enough for me. And I grabbed it because it was on sale. And I just decided on a whim. It was just a random whim to just grab it and play it. And for the first few episodes, I was worried that it wasn't going to be that interesting. Because at first, Takaru was such a jerk. I just was like, oh, is it going to be okay? And then I kept going and it was fine. But like, at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to be a big thing. I wonder if this is going to be... And I also thought the game was like half as long as it actually was. When they... like, there's the whole scenes with the... like choosing whose home-cooked meal you wanted to eat for your birthday. I actually genuinely was convinced that that was going to be close to the end of the game. I thought you were going to pick that, and it was going to like solidify what route you were going to have, and you're just going to have a conclusion. Because up until that point, I've been playing really good, but shorter visual novels. I'd never dived into the wonderful writing abyss that is genuine, funded Japanese visual novels. Like the full bore kind. Okay, survey speed, that would be really nice. Deflectors would be really nice too. Survey speed, it's a little more useful right now. Love Kami Divinity Stage is way better. Okay, I'm gonna look that one up. Okay, so Divinity Stage is different from Useless Goddess. Interesting. Useless Goddess is the only one I was aware of, because that one, like I said, that one I think I got a free copy to. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the question. I think I've mentioned it. If you watch my trailer, you get a really good, concise list of the ones. I'm a little, like, with me being a little distracted, I might not be 100% accurate, but, because Just Rio, just in case you're just listening, just asked, like, what other visual novels have you lined up that are going to be done? So, as you know, hopefully Science Gate Zero, I've got Crystalline lined up. Oh shoot! I want to make sure I tell you them in kind of the right order. So, pardon my Starscape map while I'm like just doing this in the background. Ooh, Age of Cthulhu is going to be a computer game.
Well, that's cool.
All right, so Sorcery Jokers. It's it's one that looked really interesting to me. That I'm very strongly considering. Princess Evangel with Happiness. It's like it comes with like a playthrough of the first one, and then you get to have the second one as well. That one's definitely more on the dating sim eroge, but like it's still like I've heard it has some very awesome plot development and characters. I know it's freakishly long too, so it'll be like another Muv-Luv. I might wait on that one until if like we're done with Muv-Luv and there's nothing else on. I might start that one there, but I don't know. It's like I said, it's one of those ones like once I jump into it, I'm not going to be done with it for a long time, and so I want to be careful that I pick the right moment to jump into it. Human Echo When They Cry. I definitely want to play those. I've heard a lot of people saying that they're really, really good and that there's something that they think I would like, and I agree based on what I've seen. Older one, so like the art's definitely older, but I've heard that the writing is spectacular. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to jump into that one. And there's so many chapters to it too. I don't know. That's another one that could go on forever and ever. Those are like the immediate ones, but I'm also considering the Grishna series, like the Fruit of I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Fruit of Grishna. I've got it saved in one of my folders, and I've got it on a wish list as well. Or Fruits of Gracia, maybe that's how you say it. I know the a anime of it. I would absolutely love to do any of the Fate game, the Fate Stay Night game. If we ever get an official translation, I will jump on that in a second because I love the Fate series. I love the app, the gaming app. Grisaya. Okay, I was saying it completely wrong. But I wasn't looking at it. Okay, so Umineko and Higurashi. Okay, I knew that those were related. I actually thought don't they take place in the same universe? Like, are they like same characters in different scenarios or what? Like, I don't know how those two series are related to each other other than the writer. If you know. But yeah, those are definitely on the list. I've got a few smaller ones that are kind of on the list. I get a lot of communication with Fruitbat Factory, who publish a lot of smaller, almost like indie visual novels from Japan. They translate them and publish them here. They're the ones that do. I've been doing Seabed with them, and I think my other Friday series, Miniature Garden, and oh shoot, what was the one with the Yandere crazy lady? Well, I can't think of the name of it right now. But those visual novels I got primarily through them, and they've established a pretty good relationship with me professionally, where they actually contact me almost with every time they have a new game. They often will send me a key for it and see if I'm interested in playing it, which I appreciate because like that's something I want to do on my channel. I want to support smaller ones too. Find a Planet Colonizer. Actually, sorry. No, do you want me to colonize a planet and name it Neko Paradise? Because I can do that for you, man. I've already colonized this planet, the Alpha Colony, which is a boring name, I know, but whatever. I'm getting to the point now. I've got enough resources. I can start kind of going a little more crazy here. You're unemployed. We gotta fix that. That'll work.
Lazy bums.
I know, right? Get to work. Let's see. Nekopara. I've thought about it. The trouble with Nekopara, like we're gonna be honest here, that's definitely more on the like cute girls doing cute things, but it actually has plot and good characters, so I would strongly consider it. But the only reason why I might not is because when I was first getting into visual novels, I watched all of them. I watched Let's Plays of all of them, so I know exactly how those all go down, and I genuinely don't think playing a visual novel that I already know everything about would be that fun. I'd be willing to play a visual novel of an anime I've watched, like the Fate series, because the visual novel will have more in it than the show shows. But when I've literally watched the Let's Play of it, I just don't know if that's really going to be worth it in the end. Just because I feel like there'd be no real reactions to it. It'd all just be like, oh, look, what's going to happen next? I already know, but here we go. Because I have a really strong memory for stories. And so, like, there have been times where I've read a book. I've read some books in high school or in junior high. Like, I read Ender's Game in junior high. And I could still probably tell you pretty much all of the major points of the story. But if I were to reread it, it would be so familiar to me that there would be very little enjoyment that I could get out of it. Because I already know everything, and I can remember it really, really clearly. Especially if I listen to it in an audiobook format, which is my favorite format. Oh my goodness. I remember so much if I do it that way. There are different series. So this is going back to the Umineko and Higurashi series. They're different series, but they have different incarnations of the characters, and also Umineko references Higurashi at times. Okay, so they are tied together. So I'm guessing that Higurashi then came first. So, like, that's good for me to know. Because ideally, I'd like to play through Higurashi first, so then I could see the Umineko. Like, I can see those references you're talking about. Where... Yeah, like, I like being able to be in on the jokes. Like, that would be nice. And then Daniel knows you're saying fault. I'll have to see, because there are a lot where they say no, and I respect that. That's why I say always message, because there's a kind of a dichotomy to visual novels. Like, if I do a visual novel Let's Play, technically, you could just watch my Let's Play, experience a visual novel, and never buy it. I hope that's not the case most of the time. I really hope you guys, like, if anything, you watch maybe the first couple episodes of a series you haven't played, and then decide if you like it to buy it. Because, frankly, we want to support visual novel creators, because we want them to make more visual novels. But I also feel like being able to, like, I think I said this last time, and I say it again. I see my channel not like a Let's Play channel. I see it more like a book club, where, because if you think about it, book clubs, the whole reason the book club exists isn't like, it doesn't spoil books because people get together and talk about the books. If someone who's never read the book went and sat down at a hearing at a book club, yeah, it would spoil the book. But that defeats the point of the book club. The book club's about all of us reading it together, or like watch. In this case, you're like, I'm reading it and talking about it, and you guys get to communicate with me. Yes, it's a literature club. I am stupid that I didn't think of that. Yes, we are a literature club. It's actually really funny, because when I was playing with my friends a few months ago, I made a joke race of robot psychopaths that destroy everything in front of them, and I called them just Monica. You're exactly right. I see it more like a literature club, where we are sharing the story together, and like the idea that I hoped for, and thankfully it turns out that I'm doing a decent job because you guys talk about it, that I point out things that you guys hadn't really ever considered before. I bring up topics that are that bring context to situations that you hadn't really thought of in that way before, and I'm hoping that I can enrich your guys' experience of the visual novels by sharing with you mine. And so I think some visual novel companies and publishers, I think, understand that, and that's why they're willing to let me play it on their channel. But not all of them do. And in Japan it can be really difficult too, because ownership laws are different there, and there's a lot of clashing, and fair use in particular is a concept that's very different between our two cultures and legal systems. And so I don't want to step on people's toes. So if I always attempt to contact the publisher, even if it seems like they're okay with it, I still try and contact them first and if they never respond to me, I tentatively will go ahead and start the series, but like kind of be aware that they can shut me down at any point, because I want to respect that boundary. That if they're not comfortable with a Let's Play or covering their content, why should I do that? Like, there should be my friends. I want them to be people who feel like I respect them and love them for what they do. I don't want them to feel like I'm stealing from them. So I have to be careful. For instance, I would absolutely love to play Clannad with you guys. That's a series that I've refused to watch the anime for because I want to play the game. But they refuse to do Let's Plays of it. So if I ever play it, it's going to be on my own, and I'll just do a review of it. And lately, I've just had so many other games, I just haven't had time to get to it. But I would love to play Clannad. But they they publicly said that they don't do it, and I sent an email just checking, and they absolutely said it again. They're like, we do not want you doing live streams or publishing videos of this game. Just do a review. And I was like, I can do that. Sven, what? What are you saying? You're pretty neat, but I respect your distance. I don't even know what you're talking about.
You've never seen Nature Walk?
I don't think so. What? I'm not sure what what that reference actually means. After
this, we probably will watch Nature Walk.
Sounds good, because I want to know what you're saying. I hope people I hope you guys in the comments can catch what that reference is. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to talk about, I almost talked about this, but then we got distracted by some other comments, which is fine, of course. But if you guys are involved with any projects of visual novels, like say you're supporting one on Kickstarter that you think is really promising, or you want to draw more attention to a live stream, or you're working on a pet project of your own, please let me know. But on Friday's series, after I finish Seabed, I'm actually going to be playing through a really short, pet project visual novel series that one of the subscribers to the channel he made. He made it himself. He did all the art and everything. Is it going to be phenomenal? I mean, I'm sure it'll be good for what it is. But you're talking about one person doing one game while they're in high school and college. There's only so much I can expect from that. But I still want to show it, and I still want to talk about it, because we're the people who can make cool visual novels in the future. I read an article, I think I mentioned this in a video a few weeks ago, but I still want to talk about it. I was following the visual novel Reddit page, and someone put up an article saying that they felt that the golden age of visual novels is over. That we've already seen it pass. And I can there's an argument to be made there, because, I mean, Muv-Luv and Steins Gate have been out for a while, and there are some pretty good visual novels, but I still have yet to see people who say, oh yeah, this new visual novel that came out last year, it's as good as these ones are. Not across the board, like you see with Steins Gate and Muv-Luv. Almost everyone who's played those games agrees that they're fantastic. But it's not always the case in every other instance. So it's I want there to be a future for visual novels, because it's a medium of expression and of storytelling. There's so much potential that's still there. I feel like there's so much more that can happen that visual novels can push. That's why I think one of the reasons why I fell in love with Ace Academy is was it perfect? Absolutely not. But the fact that it had some things timed responses, where you had to make choices, but you had a 3 or 4 second count timer, I loved that, because it helped make your choices more impulsive, and then you had direct consequences of those choices. Could you imagine a game like Steins Gate or Muv-Luv with how intense that game gets, and then every decision you made that determined what outcome you found had timers on them, so you only could think about it for a few seconds? Could you imagine the stressful that would cause, but how immersive that experience would become? Those are types of mechanics that you can't have or replicate in any other form. Even in video games, oftentimes when quick time events, they're not that great, because it's just pushing buttons in an order, as Simon says. There's not really a decision being made there. It's effectively the decision of, do you progress or do you start over? But to have an actual decision that determines the output of the game, where you don't get the chance to just sit there and think about it, to me, that gets me excited. And it makes me think, what other things can visual novels do that other games couldn't do? Is there a visual novel that can be played by a community, where the decisions can be made by a group? I know Telltale did that for a few of their games, their Batman game, but could you imagine a visual novel that you could put on autoplay on Twitch, and have all the decisions be voted on? I bet you could write a program to do that. But what if you had a game that was designed to be played by a group of people? It'd be really interesting to see what would happen. Anyway, so Daniel Nunez, you said, Clannad's great. I think you'll love it. I'm sure I will. I've seen little clips of the anime, and they make me laugh so hard. The 2 seasons of the anime are great. At the end, actually, I think the MC journey is comparable to Takeru's. He grows a lot as a person. You also continue. Imagine the last choice of Unlimited, where you decide to have the girl leave or not, with a timer. Oh my gosh, I would have to. I'd probably just turn into a puddle and melt. Because that was horrible. That was for guys, for reference, that was the first time I did a live, like, full-on bawling on camera. Wasn't the last, sadly, but. Oh man.
Well, it's good to know that you're in touch with your emotions.
Oh, absolutely. That's like, heck. I had someone saying, like, I was apologizing because in one of my Steins Gate videos, I was like, yeah, when I reached the ending I naturally got to on Steins Gate, I was bawling like a baby, and I said, I apologize, and one of the comments on that video was, don't apologize for crying. I came expecting crying.
It's one of the things, I always watch Jordan's episodes when
the terrible things happen.
Terrible things happen, because I don't know. It's part of it is sadism. The other part of it is, you know, especially with like Steins Gate and stuff, because I was there. Like, I finished it before him, and I was just like, oh no, this is gonna hit hard. That's
what everyone in the comments are saying too. As I get closer and closer to these moments, like, they're really good about not doing spoilers, but they always do like, I can't wait for next episode. I know, like, all right, buckle up, your emotions are about to get destroyed. And that's what Muv-Luv for the past 4 episodes has been like that. Like, every single time it's like, oh, it's so terrible, and everyone's like, hope it doesn't get worse. It's like, yeah, I want to die.
And it inevitably.
That was awesome. Anyway, inevitably. Inevitably.
Yes, inevitably gets worse.
Yes, especially that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, Steins Gate, it's like after like the halfway point with Missouri, it's just like every single chapter.
Oh yeah, like seriously, you need to play Muv-Luv, and like as soon as you get to Unlimited, man, it starts getting crazy, and then you get to oh my gosh.
I'm working on Muv-Luv right now.
Oh really?
So,
oh yeah, I remember you got that one. Oh
yeah,
man, but it's so much to it. You realize I've done 104 videos of that. The shortest one is 40 minutes long. Lately, I've been pumping out like 2-hour ones because it gets too interesting to stop. So I make my episodes are getting freakishly long at this point, which everyone's like always super happy to see. Okay, so Alyssa Lee, Nekopara 0123 and EX. I mentioned before, I'll have to say it again, I actually do love that series because it is super, like, it definitely is a real game, especially if you get the unedited one, which I haven't seen, but I know what's in it, and, I actually really enjoy that because the characters are really good, but when I first was discovering visual novels, I watched Let's Players play all of them, so like, I don't feel like it would be a fun game for me to play anymore because I already know everything that's in it. Like, literally everything. They're doing the anime, though. I haven't watched the little anime short that they published. I think that's out somewhere, but I don't know where they put it. If it's on Crunchyroll, I'll easily watch it. If it's on Hulu, I can watch it. But it probably got snatched up by Amazon because they've been eating. Like, I feel like Amazon takes like one of the most interesting anime of each season and just says, mine.
Yeah, they're really there's a few markets that I think they're really trying to tap into.
Like everything, because they can't get their grubby paws off of like the internet. Period.
Yeah, they picked up the Wheel of Time, which is an excellent book series, and I'm on the fence about how I feel about a mini series about it because it could be either really good
or really bad,
or just. However, it will not be as bad as the Ashcan pilot that they made with Billy Zane as Ishamael, which.
Yeah, well, I mean, it actually did mirror the first chapter really well, but holy crap, what is this?
To be perfectly fair, Billy Zane gave it his all, but it was Billy Zane's all.
Ooh, I've just found aliens. I have to research them to find out more about them, but they're definitely intelligent, so get ready for war.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Man, I have a lot of resources I've been stacking up. Because, like, I've decided doing Stellaris Live might be my favorite thing ever, because I get distracted by the comments, and so that's my resources build up. I don't sit here being impatient, like come on, I want to build something. It's like I'm like la 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 la, and then suddenly I'm like, oh look, I have tons of resources, and all my ships aren't doing anything. It's probably gonna bite me in the butt because I'm not growing as fast as I could be, but it's like it feels better.
Daniel says that the Nekopara anime is on Steam.
Yes, so I'm betting I had to pay for it, but I could do that. I'll have to take a look at that after this game. Because I'm sure it's super cute. I know it's probably short and cute, and Alyssa Lee is already calling for blood. Yes, I'm sure. Like, for once, like, Alyssa was demanding I slaughter everyone in Dishonored, even though I was trying to do a stealth playthrough. Honestly, I should have just done a kill playthrough, because I kept getting distracted and getting spotted. Because I've played that game no kills and Ghost before. Oh, okay, interesting. So, like, here they're talking to us. Oh, apparently I desecrated one of their dead bodies. Oops, sorry. It's just a dead person. And like, it's like normally you get to like choose the way you respond to your alien races, but the only one I get is we sense prey with a little mouth next to it. Prey. Let's see,
so you just found a dead body floating in space.
Yes.
You're like, food.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're like, you desecrated our corpse. I was like, okay. They already hate me because I'm a devouring swarm, so there's no point in like trying to be friendly. Fleet power is superior. Well, we'll fix that.
It's not delivery. Oh, so Jordan, did you ever read there was a Reddit post about a guy's D&D character named Totino DiGiorno?
No.
He'd have himself delivered in a box to. He was a rogue, by the way.
Oh no.
To the baddie's place, right? And he'd pop out. He'd pop out of it, and he'd say, "It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno." He'd go around asking people what they wanted on their tombstone.
Oh no. That's stupid, but I love it. I say, oops. What are you saying oops to? You're saying like the multiple kills, like chanting for blood? I doubt that was a mistake. Let's see. I should have done... Yeah, I just need to be building. So I'm making my fleet very, very large so I can get ready to invade. Yes.
He's got a very, very large fleet.
The biggest fleet of all fleets.
We're gonna build a big, beautiful fleet. I build the best fleets, let me tell ya. Just absolutely the greatest fleets.
Oh, that's too real, man. You're a little too close to the real thing.
I always like to say, it's like, you don't make jokes about Donald Trump. He writes his own material.
He absolutely does. Ooh, more aliens to slaughter. Who are these guys gonna be? Oh wait, no, these ones are probably like red. No, it's an actual like another race. Oh, that's a fleet. Those guys are probably what do you call them? The bandits.
Empire?
No, the bandits.
Oh, marauders.
Marauders. I'm guessing that those are marauders.
By the way, Jordan, you make a much better Kennedy than a Trump.
I make a better Kennedy?
Yeah, you have the same oration style.
Oh, cool. I guess I like Kennedy. He's a good talker, so... Good speaker. Good grief, what am I saying? This is still gonna kill! I ran into another... but okay, these guys, seriously, they're just out here. But it won't let me research them.
Oh, you poor things.
That's what makes me think that it's those marauders. What poor things? Did you find a little civilization?
Oh, I have a theocratic republic on my border who are apparently screwed over on food. They keep offering me energy and minerals for food.
Hey Jake, happy to see you join us. And yes, I already have my stage force ready. I'm building up my armies right now. I'm the beta. I have to be able to destroy everything I see. And the nice thing is, like, early wars in this game, if you're brave, are actually very easy. Because all you have to do is destroy their fleets. Because you don't have the chance to... They don't have the chance to recover. Because the game... It's just too early in the game for that. So, like, if I can just get my fleets over here, then we'll be able to, like, do a lot more. What is here? Okay. I want to... Oh, you need a construction ship. Construction ship, okay. Where's my nearest construction ship? You do that. And then you can go back and do that. So you get game events. If you've never played this game, like, you get little events, and usually you get bonuses if you're willing, if you meet the criteria for the event. Some of them are timed, like that one, so I have to, like, jump on it right away, or else I won't be able to do it. Uh-oh. Oh no! They cut me off. Dang it! I lost. Like, a science ship got lost because he was researching a system that just got taken over. Which means they're probably going to expand over here. Darn it, that's a good system too. Well, darn. We'll have to see what happens. Found another anomaly, huh? Come on, let's expand. I need my other... I might need another construction ship here. Let's make another one real quick, because I can afford it.
Technology conceived.
So every time I click on one of my pops,
Kill the sun.
Sunset Robots,
Yeah.
there's an option to disassemble, and every time I hear that, I hear no disassemble.
So Alyssa, unfortunately in this game I cannot kill the sun. I could try. I can curse at the sun, but I can't kill it. If you wanted to kill the sun, you need to play the old Galactic Civilization game, which you could make a super star destroyer, which literally destroyed stars and all the planets in the star system. Those were fun. Well, actually, now you continue forward. I need to secure that. You come out here. Let's try and not try not get cut off right now. I'd rather not. Luckily, I've got a good choke point though, so when the war comes soon, I should be able to handle it. Okay. Yeah, because like we have like fleet power. Theirs was superior. Oh, actually, they've got a pretty decently sized fleet. If they're actually on par with me when I've got 20. But I can have a second fleet. So let's just go ahead and just do that. Create a new fleet. Swarmer class. I don't think I have destroyers quite yet. Do I have... Yeah, no, not yet. I'm researching destroyers. We don't have them currently. There's the science ship. Can't go down there anymore. Send you up that way where we can grow. Ooh, absolutely, we're enhancing our ship speeds. So, like, I got to choose between two, like, you get to choose between two rewards. I either got a free science ship, which I already have 3, or 10% sublight speed bonus by researching the technology that we found on the derelict ship. And it's like, absolutely, we're doing that. Come on, come on. Oh, I need to upgrade this. What am I doing? I need another shipyard here. Duh. That'll make this faster. Industrial processes. Ooh, this is that one where we can, like... It's a planet that's in, like, flux. Yeah, we'll try that. Let's see what happens. Ah, darn it. Oh well. Oh. Fleet support, naval capacity up? Heck yes. It'll take forever to get it, but it's absolutely necessary considering how much war I'm going to be in the next few years. Yes, Alyssa, you'll be very happy to know. Muv-Luv, Beta Kill. Yeah. No, like, you'll. The way I tend to play Stellaris is very, very aggressive, so you'll be a big fan of that. I just need to get the ball rolling because I don't want to do it stupid. The downside of being super aggressive is you can easily get a bunch of people trying to attack you all at once. That's bad. For obvious reasons. Don't need colonize. I could colonize there, but it's a pretty small world to colonize, so I probably won't. Yeah, but things are looking good. Things are looking very, very good. How's my destroyer? 15 months. That's not too long. I might be able to wait. Darn it, they cut off the ship. Oh well. Well, never mind. I think we should just get our fleets ready now. It's time to destroy everything. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll upgrade that starport.
Our construction is complete.
Science ship, you said they're not doing anything? What is wrong with you? Mostly me, not giving you instructions, but I can still complain. $25.31.
We have found an anomaly.
Those voices, man. Very good. 2 admirals, 2 fleets. Once they're flushed out, will combine their strength. I believe, yeah. Fleet power inferior. We'll just go and storm them. If we can knock out all of their fleets, before they can really truly respond, we should be able to go and start conquering their planets. I need a lot more minerals if I'm going to be able to land armies, but that's okay. Indiscriminate bombing. That's what I miss about like being the robots. Like if you're the robots that want to kill everything, they can do annihilation bombing, where they literally bomb the planet into like livable, like non-habitability. But because you're robots, you can go live on it. So it's like, I will turn your planet into dust, and then we'll just go and live on it because we can. Pretty much the most ridiculous way to wage war. I hear little monkeys.
Yeah, I'm stepping away for a moment.
Okay, you want us to slow it down for you?
Oh, you'll be fine.
Okay, well, you'll be fine, you mean. Well, of course we'll be fine.
I will BRB as well.
Oh, okay. Jeez, are we all alone? now Cataclysm starts up. Okay, ship designer. I need to make sure my swarmers are up to scratch. Yep, they've got all the stuff, the best stuff they can have at the moment.
Our construction is complete. We have surveyed the system.
So I'm going to... I can't build anything right now because I've used all my minerals to make my fleets. Oh well. Gotta get ready for that war.
Our construction is complete.
Love to see. This could. So keep in mind though, I could do this. I could do a terrible job, and we could end up ending the stream because I end up dying. Very, very possible ending to this whole day. I really hope not, but that's the one risk of doing super aggressive. Sometimes you don't quite understand the extent that your enemies can do.
Oh.
Oh,
I got back just in time.
good. One of our friends, we were actually playing a game, and he had to step away, just like these guys just did. And it turned out that when he stepped away, he had a special event happen where a large asteroid was heading towards one of his planets. And he could send his fleet to destroy the asteroid, but it's like a timer, you know, because it's heading there. And so he happened to be away, and the asteroid just hit his planet and just obliterated it. So he came back and he's like, what happened? I felt bad, but I also thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry, my children had an especially late bedtime.
Oh, I bet. If you
They
put
had
it to bed
family over.
now.
Yeah.
Do I have any edicts I can activate right now? Capacity overload, but not the mining one. Unfortunately, the mining one's the one I want right now. Oh well.
Sorry about that.
I couldn't hear hardly anything.
Oh, good.
Technology conceived.
Ooh, yes, technology. Fusion reactor, yes. Yes, I will accept that. We probably should get the physics lab, we need that. So we shall...
We have found an anomaly.
We shall upgrade the ship.
Our special effect is complete.
Yeah, nope. So there's that space, like the race of gaseous people who like want you to evacuate them from the planet. I literally just do not care as a swarm race, so I'm just not gonna do that.
Oh, why am I not? Gaia World, I need that.
Ooh, yeah, get it. It's
Even
not-
though I'm robots and it doesn't really matter for habitability.
the resources are always worth it. Anyway.
It just has nice stuff, yeah. Nice place. I'll take it.
Yeah, mine. All right.
Construction is complete.
So I'm sending my fleets back to get upgraded real quick, and I believe I will declare war.
Nice.
They currently have only 2 planets. So I should be able to handle... Nope, 3. They have 3. I should be able to handle that okay, though. Well, since you're trapped over there, I might as well finish surveying those planets. One thing that's kind of fun, like one way you definitely cheese the game, is that your scientists and the special crewmen on board your ships have the innate ability to teleport anywhere in your empire. So, for instance, I have the science ship that's literally trapped. I can't get out because they blocked their borders. So what I could do is I could just remove the scientist and scuttle the ship, and my scientists can then just be spontaneously reappear back on my home world. So. But I kind of agree with like not making that part super realistic, because that would just kind of get frustrating.
We have surveyed the system.
It's like, you know what's worse than having like the creepy voices in your ear?
Mm-hmm.
Is being used to the creepy voices in your ear. Look at my fleet. Yeah, the beta definitely, as far as I know, they don't have ships. They're all biological and whatnot. But, you know, I can't make it perfect. They're upgrading now. And then we shall declare war. Ugh, I see more resources. Oh... could technically probably take their planets with only one army. It's risky though. It would take forever.
Oh no.
What? What's up?
Oh, one of my admirals ceased to function.
Aw, I bet it's sad for robots.
Our construction is complete.
Excellent. Not sure what you were constructing, but I'm glad it's over. I could use that, but I don't need it as much as I need this spaceport functional. Alright, the war, I promised, is almost upon us. I just need this fleet to finish upgrading. It says preparing to upgrade. Why isn't it actually upgrading?
Is your station building something at the moment?
No, not that one. A different one is.
That's odd.
That is very strange. How close am I to a new... Oh, 3 months, yes. Then I'll get a nice juicy perk. There they go, finally. Not sure why they had to wait, but they're finally upgrading.
Our swarm is strengthened.
Alright, move into position.
Our
Wait a minute.
is updated.
What? What's up?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what?
I need to cancel that real quick.
Uh-oh.
That's no ordinary Gaia world.
Oh no!
That's a holy world.
How did you not know
No! Oh no!
No, 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 no. That's very bad. So there's a fallen empire they're called, oh shoot, what are they called?
They're phonetic spiritualists.
Fanatic spiritualists, so like they're just like a super church. They have these worlds that are like perfect worlds that they say they're so holy that no one can live on them. So if you colonize colonize one of them, they will immediately declare war on you. Well, not immediately. Like they say like give up the planet to us, and if you don't, then they come and stomp you into the ground real good. All right, well that's the perk I want to get. Better research. Okay, what was that? That just... I think I might have just got something. I guess not. It's not a destroyer, was it? Yeah, okay, I got my destroyers.
Master, destroy us!
Yes. Large weapon.
You are way better at prequel memory than I ever was.
He's been practicing.
I have been practicing. I watched Phantom Menace the other day just to brush up on it.
Gosh darn.
And I only threw up once. No, I have to say, like, watching that movie again after all this time, it's easy to see, like, there's a lot of good things in that movie. Like, I mean, the politicking is pretty well thought out.
Yeah,
I mean, for a sci-fi movie. And there's a lot of cool things about it. There's also just a lot of stuff in there that just needs to not exist.
Unfortunately,
and
yes.
Yeah.
Namely a red and weird looking thing named Jar Jar.
Yeah. Jar Jar is a bit much.
I think Jar Jar is he's the culmination of what was wrong with them. Like he was a symptom of it.
Yeah, he's like the epitome, and he's the one everybody points at because he's just like everything that's wrong with it kind of lumped into one place, but it's kind of spread throughout, you know? I don't think humor and Star Wars goes well together.
I don't know. It had its moments.
I mean, there's a place there. It does have its moments, but not like
the best one ever is like
the time.
Boring conversation anyway. Like seriously, that line was the best.
Yeah, like stuff like that is fine when it's subtle and it's just kind of there and it moves on. But stepping in poop and even some of the humor in the sequels, kind of just the amount of it kind of bugs me. I don't know. I like comedy. I love comedy, but I mean, there's a time and a place, and sometimes they cross the line a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, especially the prequels. I feel like when I watch the prequels, I wonder if the writers, like if George Lucas knows what humor actually is, because sometimes I'm not convinced that he does. Anyway, by the way,
gaming guy.
Yeah, I can see that. Which one of the Crisis is equivalent to Sunset Invasion? What is the Sunset Invasion, Justin? Do you know?
It is Crusader Kings. The Aztecs actually have the opportunity to take over Europe.
Oh, that's cool.
If you screw up enough.
Wow.
Technically, I think that would be the unknown. But there are quite a few that can happen that are very much like the Sunset Invasion.
Yeah, there's almost all the major crises in this game are terrible. Like they're all really hard. They're just hard in different ways. I'm tired of getting the AI rising up one because like that one tends to happen all the time. But I think a big part of that is because I tend to like building robots, and I can't say no. That's probably my own fault. But
yeah, in order to trigger that one, you have to have a certain number of robots, and you seem to always have that number.
Well, I don't think synthetic races count towards that number, honestly, because the synthetic races aren't affected actually being a synthetic race is pretty good, because what they do is they try and hack your consciousness, and so it like lowers productivity like over time, and it gets like worse and worse. But usually, if you've got good research for like end game level research, you usually can get it away from it before it becomes a big issue. Everyone else has their whole like their pops are being assassinated and like having invasions of like their planets and like suicide bombers and like all that crazy stuff. 4 planets. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Oh, that's a colonizing one. I can interrupt that one. What better way to stop a colony than to blow it up from orbit?
Feels so good to be evil.
In this game, it really does. It cuts out so much fluff and stupid like. I can never get a diplomacy win. I never can make it happen. I always get screwed.
Yeah, your friends kind of drag you down.
Yep.
Well, the worst part about trying to get a Confederacy win is you get in one Confederacy, and then you're like, wait a minute, why won't you let me be friends with anyone else?
Hang on. We have their, like, at least a portion of their fleet that just showed up. Oh, you're woefully unprepared for the forces I'm bringing to bear against you. They have a 700 power fleet against a 1.2k and a 600 power fleet. Ouch.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm watching this with vigor.
With vigor. Yep, and we'll destroy their fleet and then take out their transports. Excellent. Now let's go stop that colony from developing, why don't we? Because that's really what they were trying to stop me from doing. Because if they can get that bar all the way up, it becomes much harder to stop that. But when I can shoot at them... Oh, these poor fools.
They can't do that. Shoot them or something.
Oh, and their transports are still here. They're running away. Excellent. Excellent.
I actually don't know what Legend of Galactic Heroes is.
Legend of Galactic Heroes, where are you hearing that from? Is that something in chat I haven't noticed yet because I'm distracted?
Yep, that'd be the case.
Makes sense.
Odd Gaming Guy. Whenever
Okay.
I see a star that I remember from Legend of Galactic Heroes, I try to bring it into my empire, because I don't really want to invade any place that has the Amlitzer's star zone.
Yeah, that's a reference I actually don't get, unfortunately. Legend of Galactic Heroes. Alright, Google time.
Yes. Please explain. We are curious.
Legend of Galactic Heroes. Oh, it's the science fiction novel. And it looks like it's an anime too. Oh, I think I saw trailers for that. It's a newer anime, isn't it? Yeah, Daniel says watch it. Is it on Crunchyroll per chance? If so, I absolutely be all over that because I think I saw a new version, but it's incomplete. The old one is over 100 episodes. Holy crap! Oh my gosh. Okay, so the older one. Do you know where we can stream that legally, or is it one of those ones you have to go for questionableness?
I hate this is ending in about 15 minutes, and I've just hit the point where things got interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and try and take this planet, because if we can take the star system tight to the star base, we can because like my ship's got a little damage in the last fight. I'll be able to reconstruct them around that station. So there's no place to watch it legally. Okay. That poses some problems. I actually had a friend of mine who was doing illegal anime streaming, and they actually got reported by their internet provider, and they got a letter from the FBI saying, you better stop. They were lucky they got the warning. So like it's like one of those things I really want to be careful about, because it's like legitimately can get you in some serious trouble if you're not careful. Alright, there goes the battle. Like a pew pew pew! Lasers everywhere.
Technology conceived.
Oh, new technology. Oh, better deflectors. I'll have to upgrade my ships when I can. And they've helped me develop blue lasers, so I will definitely take advantage of that.
Wait, you just got blue lasers?
Yeah?
And you're eating things already.
I don't need
That's
blue lasers
insane.
to win, Justin.
He also has destroyers, so he has lot bigger red lasers.
Yep.
So
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The nice thing is, like, I'm devouring them through choke points at this point, so they can't sneak up on me. Nekopara on YouTube. We've talked about Nekopara already. I can't, like, I'm not gonna do that one because it'd be really boring, because I know everything that happens in it.
Oh, timed project? Okay.
Perfect. Yep. I have a new forward base, graciously donated to me by my enemies.
how kind of them.
I know. It's why I love them so much. Also because they're delicious. But we're receiving a transmission from the Earth Custodian ship. Oh, they're rogue servitors.
Nice.
Oh no, Monica took over. That's awesome. So their home world must be Earth. I have to go see that. So where are they? They're right here. Yep, Sol. They have the Sol system.
That's the first time souls showed up, and it's not populated solely by cockroaches.
Exactly. Instead, it's been we were wiped out. It's like they actually so that's literally Sol is our solar system. If you don't know about that. So hey people, okay, so Jake, you say, hey people like watching this YouTube where they know everything that'll happen. That's true, but like I don't get to give really good reactions. Like the reactions are, I think, the best part of watching me do it. It's like you guys know what's coming, so it's fun to watch. But like when I know what's coming, it's gonna be, I don't know if that would be as entertaining. I mean, we can still discuss it. So like it's not something I'm never gonna do per se. But there's a lot of other games I want to play that I've never seen before. So I'm probably gonna prioritize those.
I've met the Akuma Corps.
Oh, those are mine! That's not good,
Yeah.
though. They're very, 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 very mean.
Yes, that is a thing.
The Akuma Corps is my perfect race. That's the one I beat in the game with.
Let's see, where are they? Oh, freaking fantastic!
Right next to you.
Yep.
Be careful, they are very aggressive. Literally, like, they're the only ones I've been able to actually get genuine wins from. And consistently. I've won the game 3 times with them. One of them was on, like, the higher setting, like, not Ensign, but Captain. I was able to get a win with them on Captain. It was really hard.
You guys... Okay, never mind. Not gonna say anything.
What?
I'm sorry, all
You're gonna shun us because of our lack of ability?
I guess so, yes. That is what I'm saying.
Yes, I know. Still, though, watch out for those guys.
I totally understand. I'm trying to figure out where I want to settle the starbase that's going to be my main...
Oh, here, let's go like this. See, this is what I'm doing to those pesky little aliens that refuse to be devoured by me. And on the surface, I'm like I'm going to slowly be destroying their buildings and stopping their production. Alright, so, so Daniel says, the Democracy of Free Planet Alliance is corrupted to the core. They do a great job showing the bad parts of both sides. Okay, I think they're talking about, like, the... Oh yeah, because like Odd Gaming Guy said earlier that neither the Galactic Empire nor the Free Planets Alliance, the 2 main factions of the series, are the bad guys. So that's just an oversimplification. Yeah, like that's the best stories because that's kind of more true to life, right? Like where there's really no bad guys. It's just people being human, and some of them are scumbags, and they're scumbags on both sides. And then Jake, I know you're drinking your chain. I do feel people most like to watch Let's Plays of games I've already played just to share experience and see direction. Once again. I said earlier, I don't know if you're here for this part of the conversation, where I said that I likened my channel to a book club, and someone pointed out that you could also consider a literature club, which I think I'm going to call from now on. And then you also said, good evidence against the claim. I sometimes see that Let's Players are harmful to game sales. Yeah, it depends. Like, that's, once again, it can be helpful and it can be harmful, and that's why I really try and leave it up to the developer to choose if they'll let me do stream their games or not, show their games or not. Because for me, I discovered visual novels because of Let's Plays. Like, I really don't think I ever would have known much about the genre, like, on my own. I might have stumbled upon it eventually from watching anime, but I don't know if I would have been so willing to jump into it as I was because I watched visual novel Let's Plays. And so now the visual novel creators have gotten a ton of money from me because I watched that. So it's one of those things. It's a catch-22, where it's hard to know for sure, like whether it'll hurt or help. And I think it depends. It's more likely to be helpful if it's a multiple ending game where you can hide a lot of the endings so that there's something more for people to explore in the future, which is something I really strive for. But you know, it's tough, and that's why, like, if a developer ever is like upset with me about doing a series, and they're like, you shouldn't be doing this series, I will always back off and be like, nope, I understand. I will not. I'm not going to put any pressure on you to do something that you're uncomfortable with, or have me do something that you're uncomfortable with. So, yeah, no, that's a good position I have. And then Odd Gaming Guy says the closest thing to an actual villain is the crazy and insane Earth cult. Why is it always the Earth cults that are bad? That was a bunch of terrorists. Because there's another series with the Earth cult. It's that really kind of uncanny valley looking computer animation. It's with the space pirate. Oh shoot, what's it called? Like space pirate something, I think.
Captain Harlock is the character.
Yeah. I think it's whatever that one is. They have the whole like. There's I don't know if it's technically a cult because it's technically like the government, but the government's like super corrupt and like hiding all kinds of secrets and stuff. Armies. Oh yeah, so they so if you see here, like their armies, they almost have none. As soon as that goes down to 0, I'm going to invade. Oh, we have aliens to talk to. Alright, now attack. So I'm like landing my troops, conquered their planet. So now I need to. Now they're going to be devoured. They're systematically going to be killed off. So I need to get someone on the surface and oversee that a little bit.
Man, making friends with fallen empires is a fantastic thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
Well, they just passed me 1,000 minerals and 3,000, or sorry, 1,000 energy, 3,000 minerals. So.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Jordan, just the robot version.
Yeah. So here I'm doing something interesting. I'm actually resettling this planet and trading off like some of these these species I'm purging. I'm trading them with like on my home planet with my people because I can handle like the unrest better if it's spread out. So that's very useful. At least I think that's how that's gonna work. I don't know. Alright, back to conquering. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I probably can just ignore this side of their territory for now. Well, how about we do this? We'll go and we'll secure the wormhole planet at the very least, and then come back. Because I want to have that wormhole. I don't want to like rediscover it again. All right. So let's see. So Jake says, to be honest, I very rarely see comments suggesting people watching Let's Plays for games they haven't played themselves. It's my feeling that's very marginal. It's true, so I don't really buy the negative claims at all. Okay. Just Ryu says, it's true in that case. I only watch Let's Plays of games I've already read, so as much as it would be interesting to watch Let's Plays of Seabed and Crystalline, I haven't played them yet. So here's my honest position about that is, if you've never played it, a good idea is to watch the first episode, maybe the first two, and decide if you want to buy it or not. You know? And if you don't, that's fine. You don't even have to don't even continue the series. Oh, fetch. No, not my transport. Oh, that fleet's tiny. Oh, that fleet's probably gonna get beat up by the freaking, like, spaceport.
Oh, no wonder I'm costing myself so much money. Wow, why is my fleet cap so low?
I don't know, man.
Oh.
Alright,
Because I just finished research.
I got caught up in the war of actually letting your comments slip past. I'm sorry. So, Daniel, you had a message retracted. Does that mean you deleted it? I'm guessing. So, Odd Game Guy is continuing the show talking. The terrorists want Earth to be the center of the galaxy again, like it was in the glory days, rather than just a backwater planet nobody cares about. Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. Then Daniel says, well, that guy from Fresno's kind of villain too. I wonder, do you know VNDB? That sounds familiar.
Virtual Novel Database?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Heck, I've actually had a couple of games that required me, in the description of the video, to reference back to VNDB. It's been a while, though. I haven't visited that in a while. Because, I don't know. That site's really good for getting information, but it rarely has much more than just, like, what the visual novel's about and, like, who published it. That's actually, that's usually how I track down, like, who to email. But it usually doesn't tell me whether or not they can be streamed or anything. Alright, well, the war's going very well so far. How are you guys doing?
Good. Just building up, really. I've got a couple of people I don't like surrounding me, but, I mean, if anybody were there, I wouldn't like them.
I fixed my credit issue, and am now pretty much just waiting for these massive idiots to attack.
I'm
Seriously,
debt-free.
why do you do these things to me, Jordan?
What? I didn't say they should be the ones that were right next to you. Heck, I didn't even realize they were slated to be possibly people in this game. But I did make quite a mess, so yeah, I can understand frustration. But on the bright side, like, okay, honestly, considering an AI is controlling them, they're probably not going to be too bad, and it might be good to just try and get rid of them early.
That's honestly the plan right now.
Don't let them get too big. They'll become a nightmare for you. Because the trouble they have is that I've designed them to be really good at building up a good head of steam when it comes to research. Research in Unity, they're like, I think because when you pick that route, you get natural bonuses to Unity and research. I think I effectively make it so like they gain plus 50% Unity. So like their Unity's kind of crazy. So like if they get too many traditions, they're gonna start becoming a big issue. Alright, boys, let's see what's in that next system. Let's go take out this planet. Take out this planet, and then we'll go boom, boom, and we'll cut off this last world, so I at least can see them coming. And then after that, it'll pretty much be game over. Alright, hold up, let them come to you, if possible. Nope, looks like they're gonna make us attack. Alright, boys. Have at 'em.
Our construction is complete.
Ah, their station's a lot heavier defended. Oh, this might have been a mistake. Oh, come on. Come on, my leaders. Don't fail me now. The station's the biggest nut to crack, right? Honestly, like their fleets are crumbling, but that station's gonna take time to beat down. These battles are really interesting because they have a lot of it's a lot about like rolling and about hits and misses. Like for instance, I've just driven off all of their fleets, so now I just have to take down their star base, which I likely will be able to do because it doesn't have as much firepower anymore. So like I'm definitely taking some knocks. I think I'm going to be able to outlast them. Yeah, it's going to be close, but I think I'm going to win. Let's see, so for health and beauty, have a cup of tea after every meal. What? Oh, fetch. Oh, you just reminded me for some reason. We got some mochi ice cream at the Asian market today because it was highly recommended by some friends. And oh no, they're not gonna be able to do this. Oh, are they? It's gonna be so close. Oh, come on, you can do it. Oh, naval capacity is up a lot. Yes. But yes, but I hope my wife remembered to put it in the fridge. I can't remember if she remembered.
So obviously you didn't.
Well, no, but like I was focused on taking care of the boys. So like she brought in the groceries while I was like keeping the cats okay. A cup of Russian tea, not with jam, not with marmalade, with honey. Oh, you're like talking about like how to feel better, like, or like I didn't say I was feeling sick, and I think I missed something, Odd Gaming Guy. I feel like I'm a little out of the loop here. Yay, we did it.
Maybe he's just odd.
Well, of course. I mean, he fits right in with me if that's the case. And he picked a great name for himself.
We wouldn't be friends if you weren't odd. I'm way further down the spectrum of odd than you are.
Sometimes I don't know, man. I don't like. I upload videos of myself willingly on the internet filled with me crying. I don't know. That's. I sometimes like. I think about it, and sometimes I'm like, is there something like wrong with me?
You know, somebody out there, that's their fetish. Is just watching people cry on the internet.
Well, if that's the case, then by all means, like they can enjoy that.
I didn't want to think about that.
Oh, fetishes are fine. As long as they're not destructive and it's all consensual.
Yeah, if this guy ever attacks me, he's gonna be sad.
Okay, so those two passwords are lame for most of it. Okay, so maybe that's what he's saying. Is he saying like those are passwords? Like for maybe it's probably something to do with the anime.
Most likely.
And then Wild Romance is no good. I haven't decided if it's good or no good. But if anything, it definitely isn't as high on the priority list as some of the other ones. So like I don't know if I do get to it. I have no idea when it'll be. Oh, they're the Raiders. Hello. Oh, you're pretty far. That's okay. Those guys are really strong, and you can hire them to come out and beat up people. So that's always fun.
Humanity first. What humanity first are we talking about?
I don't know. Oh, I think
he might be referencing that anime again.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm definitely, like, remember, I'm the beta. I would eat humanity. Although, humanity's already been eaten by a bunch of robots. I like this galaxy. Like, I really do hope we get to continue this one, because, like, this galaxy's proven to be interesting. I mean, Justin's encountered my strongest race. I've never seen an Earth-based Fallen Empire before. Like, that's a whole new thing for me. So I'm very happy about that. Oh, but, you know what? You guys are getting reinforcements. That's fine. But why aren't we bombing the planets? Come on, we gotta teach those punks what it means to be in war. We gotta eat them. Ooh, and I think this is this is their capital. Oh, this is their capital. All right, we're a little over 2 hours, but can I finish this war? Like, I think we'll be done pretty soon.
No, that's fine.
Though my butt is starting to scream at me. I need to get a better computer chair. Like, someday it'll happen. What do I want to use to construct? I guess we could spread down this way. Yeah, I never got to finish expanding here. Let's send you that way. That's what you're doing there. Oh yeah, and let's research that stuff. Let's get all that done.
Construction is complete.
Zoom up in the sun. Sometime I should show you guys Elite Dangerous so we can go and look around some black holes and stuff. That'd be fun to do.
Oh man. I think I may have uninstalled that, sad to say, but
Really?
I just couldn't stick with it. I couldn't spend the time. I loved the idea of being a space trader,
Yeah.
but just couldn't stick to it.
They're about to revamp exploration. I wonder if that'll be become interesting for you. Like, they're gonna make it like a lot more involved of a process, and they're gonna like make it like encourage you to actually like go and check out the planets, and like give you more reason to go and see them. Like, there's like honestly, that's one of my favorite things to do. Like, in my like role play of that game when I play it, I imagine myself, because like my exploration ship is one of the biggest ships you can buy, and it's fitted out with like first class like cabins, so I can take like the highest paying clients. And then I have a fighter, like a space fighter. I normally use it for defense, but in my headcanon, I like to imagine that I give them effectively like a VR headset, or even like a holodeck, where they can stand, and I can take them on tours of planets in the fighter, where they just stand in the room and they feel like they're flying across the surface, but I'm flying the fighter instead. Because that would be the coolest trip in space ever. And so like, I like to pretend I'm actually making that a real thing. Oh, that game it's so beautiful. That's really what that game has going for it, honestly, is just how pretty it is.
Ryu has a question for you.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll get back to it. Just random thought, would you rather play a VN with a dense protagonist or an indecisive one? I'd rather play with an indecisive one, because then he and I would be on the same page. I don't know. I think personally, like, indecisive would honestly be better, because like for me, that's the struggle I actually experience. Whereas when I have a main protagonist that's so just like you're like, why are you so retarded? Like, this is not that complicated. But I think every protagonist needs to be at least a little dense, because the games would be super short if, as soon as the girl is like obviously flirting with him, he actually clued in on what that meant. The game would be too short to be useful or effective. So,
I don't know. The life of being a male has taught me that it's kind of impossible to pick on immediatly unless you have
not in visual novels.
Sixth sense.
No, visual novels, girls make it pretty clear. I mean, like we're talking like there's some stories where like girls will like be constantly coming over and cooking dinner for them, and like imply like they blatantly are saying things like, wouldn't it be nice if we like went out together somewhere and did this like fun activity? And he's like, yeah, sure, let's go and do it. And just like, it's obviously like a date, but it's like he doesn't see it as a date, so nothing ends up happening. And it's just like like I can understand like not knowing initial contact wise, but like when you play like it becomes blatantly obvious what's going on. You haven't watched very much anime, have you?
Not in recent years. I probably, well, time. I don't have time to sit and watch a video, especially because, hey, I'm ADHD. I don't engage well.
Yeah, I get that. Though dubbing's gotten a lot better. And Kick Dead's in real life. Don't be too hard on yourself. I think we're all dense in real life. Like Justin was saying, like especially in the dating department, it's like, does anyone actually know how that all works? Like sometimes I like think about it and I'm like, how did I get married?
I feel the same way.
I get genuinely confused.
My wife thinks I can hear her and I can't, so she just said something and now I feel bad.
Let's see, what is happening in the rest of my empire? Like this is going so smooth. This is one of the smoothest games I think I've ever played. But I've just jinxed myself, so now something horrible is about to happen. But
I'm sure you're right.
So far, I've only had one people I can devour. The devouring is going spectacularly. Like, what are their stats right now? Anyway, like, stop it. I keep clicking on myself because they only have one planet left. Yeah, they're pathetic. They have the lower naval capacity, and their technology level is inferior. Oh wow! So currently, my fleet capacity, like I'm at 31. I can go to 88.
Wow!
Dang!
Like I like playing these races. I can become scary very, very fast.
Ugh.
Now the only thing that can hold me back is either a whole bunch of people declaring war on me at once, or lack of resources. Alright, so I just took this planet. Now get that the patrol drones out immediately, and oh man, there's still so many people I need to get over here. Okay, I see what happens here. Luckily I have tons of energy, so I can do this pretty easily.
He's finishing absorption right now, Lord Denethal. Otherwise, he would be.
Let's see, yeah, time to assemble a fleet, commit genocide on a galactic scale. That's effectively what I'm doing. I'm the beta. Like, we're going to kill everybody. As a matter of fact, I actually have one more planet to conquer, and then I will have dominated this portion of the galaxy, and I'm heading over there right now because I have no reason not to. Like, there's no reason for me not to finish this now. And I'm sure I'm popping uprising because they're very unhappy that they're being devoured. Can't really blame them, but you know, that's how it goes. Okay, so don't try and envelop a fleet by splitting into 3 groups. Actually, in Stellaris, it's the same thing. If you spread yourself, you can easily have a problem if you spread yourself thin. Oh no, they're on my home planet and they're rebelling because they're being eaten by the swarm. Guess what? Sucks to be you. You're on my home planet. I'm migrating them to spread out the unrest a little.
Oh, yeah, it's like delivery.
Yes,
You know?
it's like Chinese food coming up.
Our construction
Get
is
some
Just out of curiosity. Oh.
General Tso's alien.
All right, here the final battle has begun. Ooh, this could be tough. They up their station even more here, but they don't have as many fleets. So once again, this will be close. Carry order, pray, pray, pray.
our construction is complete.
All right, their shields are down. Their fleets are pretty much demolished.
Our construction is complete.
Ah, come on, guys. Come on, guys. You can do it. I think we got this.
Ooh. I have a nice little triangle of black holes,
Ooh, interesting.
and of course, one of them is the Great Wound,
Ooh,
which we all know so well. And
it's so fun. All the events that come from that one are fun.
keep reading Astarte out of the corner of my eye and automatically think Warhammer.
Oh yeah.
Space Marines!
There's the one of the advisor voices is so much like the Space Marines. It's like uncanny.
The authoritarian one?
Yeah.
I saw somebody made a mod where they just put it through a voice modulator, and it was perfect.
I love it. Reinforce the fleets. We have one today. Now we just need to we'll heal the fleets up a bit just in case he has a reserve fleet floating around out here somewhere. And then we will take
Two worlds.
out that we will siege their planet and be done with this war. And that will also mark the end of the stream because it's been a while. But yes. Very good, very good, very good. Excellent. This has been very productive war. My first real casualties. They are adding to my
Don't you
food
mean
banks. What?
Never mind. Don't you mean dessert?
True. They're everything. They're all the good foods. This their home planet though. It's got such a high population. It's gonna give me trouble. And unfortunately, it's not a very habitable planet, so I've got my people on there, but they're very unhappy too. But they'll be able to leave once we've, I'm just trying to maintain, the peace, and then eventually we will be able to just abandon the planet and very terraform it later.
I'm in a race against another empire for an 18 mineral system.
Ooh, those are very nice. You had to make a desperate last stand. You can't go wrong with Mar. I say, still talking about the show. I'm gonna have to watch this show just because they're making so many references to it. It's got me curious.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I just need to remember this. Luckily, this is all archived, so I can just come back to this video tomorrow and I can actually watch them talk about it and make sure I get the name and find. Oh, but of course we can't stream it legally, so we'll have to be hush hush about how we watch it.
Oh, right.
Let's do missiles. Fusion missiles are nice.
Why does fast seem like it's really slow?
Because there's large scale things that are happening.
Or not happening.
Or not happening.
Ah, all these aliens.
You got a lot of friends?
I will destroy you all.
I am completely surrounded, but I might be able to make friends with some of them.
I can't. Oh,
They
we have
close
high
their borders to me.
We have high war exhaustion.
That's a surprise.
Yep, but it's okay. I'll be able to take this planet before they can force me to have peace.
They close their borders to me. Little do they know, the day I enter their borders is the day that
They die.
that they die. I eat them. Closing your borders isn't gonna stop me from entering them.
It's true. Okay, so so I'm getting guys like making all these references. And he's saying he's cheating because he has all the books right there. It's not really cheating though. You're just making good references to stuff. Ah, yes, we have assimilated all their technology. Yes.
Oh, gosh, I'm nothing but border gore now.
My border looks awful. Not having the whole collection would trigger my OCD. Oh no, that's another thing too. I agree with you. That's one of the reasons why I'll probably never, or like, it'll be very rarely when I get physical copies of anime. Because like, if I didn't have every single bit, it would drive me nuts. Like, Justin, your sister gave us her copies of Samurai 7, but there were 2 of the discs that were missing, and it still drives me crazy.
Yep.
I
totally understand.
But like every time I see them, I get angry because I'm like, ah, where are they? Offer a piece was auto declined. Absolutely, it was auto declined. That was not a mistake, game. I'm waiting. This is going to be the final. This is their final place. They only have 1 army left. I might even just attack them because, like, their garrison's at 40, and my attacking is like, what is my attacking? It's like 57. But I can just like when are they going to force me that piece? Oh, it's actually getting really close.
Your war exhaustion is at
100%.
100%? Okay.
Come on, guys. Come on. We can beat him. Yeah, we can beat him in 2 months. Yeah, we got this. We got this. They are almost done. And they have fallen.
Hooray!
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alright, guys. I think we will save that for now. Oh, my caps lock is on apparently. Live stream. What's the date? 9/30. Save. Okay.
Found the Raiders, by the way.
Good. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me for this stream. It was really fun chatting with you. I think we got some, it was really cool like hearing you guys chat. Of course, it's great to hear some of your recommendations. I hope I was able to clarify some stuff, and also just hearing, I got some good ideas of some anime I need to go hunt down now. So thank you so much, especially to like Odd Game Guy, Daniel, Nunez. It's been really fun having all of you here. It's like fun, even if you just chimed in a couple times, like Jake. It's wonderful seeing you, Alyssa. I hope you enjoyed I hope I was able to sate some of your bloodthirst. But yeah, really good. Once again, I'm gonna try and do these most Saturdays. You'll hear an announcement on the channel and probably my Twitter if it's gonna happen. If you don't hear anything, it probably won't, just because things, life happens. I might take a vacation with my family on a weekend. I might just decide I'm tired. Who knows? But I'd like this to be a normal thing. Thank you, Justin and Sven, for coming. Hopefully, you guys come back sometime and we can continue this game and then future games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, this one's fun right now. This is great.
Good. So yeah, we'll definitely have to try this again. And then, of course, keep an eye out. Like I said, in October, that's when my birthday is. I think we'll probably do a stream that'll be like some games, like Jackbox games. So keep an eye out for that, because I think that'd be a really fun thing to do. And also, I think I really do want to make a Discord server for us all, so we can connect better that way. And I hopefully can have some of you guys join us in some games if you're interested. So keep an eye out for that, and yeah, so until the next video you're watching me or whatever you have to see me in next, I'll see you there.